Greensboro, North Carolina. Make some noise. That's what we want to hear. My name is Ronnie Duncan. I'll be doing the blow-by-blow of our television presentation of this. And we want everyone to know that right here on the campus of the New Jerusalem Cathedral Church, under the direction of Dr. Kevin Williams, that we know how to make some noise like we praising for this boxing. So when Ryan Nico gets up here, she will be your ring announcer. You make sure you give her nothing but love. You make sure you have an opportunity. I know there are names in boxing that you have heard and that you have seen all over the world. Well, someone was the latest of that greatest, and they're going to be joining us a little bit later. How many people, just by a round of applause, know the name Muhammad Ali? Well, what if I told you that you're going to be talking to, and she'll be available to sign autographs to you? His former wife is with us. So when she comes up here, I want you to be a part of that as well. You know, tonight, we wanted to have a whole bunch of fights. And there was one young man we wanted to bring up here because, as Debbie King would say, and Debbie King is our promoter, yes, the daughter of Don King, he's a bad one, Ronnie. And we are so unfortunate that he couldn't fight here today. But he comes to us all the way from the Triangle. I'm talking about Durham, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, at 140 pounds, he is undefeated. And he's had 12 knockouts. Only one person escaped. 13-0 with 12 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for an interview that we've got for you right now. He is DeAngelo Evans. Give him a round of applause. Now, DeAngelo, I know you couldn't fight. We had you, of course, yesterday at the weigh-in. Unfortunately, some things happened with your opponents. But as you were telling me, and tell the crowd, not only why you want to bring boxing back to the state of North Carolina, but just like Sugar Ray Leonard, just like Bone Crusher Smith, and of course the great Floyd Patterson, you want to be a North Carolinian who does what? Bring a world title to the Tar Heel State. Come on, everybody. Let's hear from this kid. Tell me how bad you wanted to fight, but you know it's part of the business.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, but I know a lot of people showed up to watch me put on the performance, so I still appreciate any and everybody that did show up. So.
How important was it for Debbie King and Dr. Williams to come through and say they wanted to bring boxing in a major level? This is going to be on Triller TV, pay-per-view, an opportunity that I know you were looking forward to, but you would talk to some of the fighters who are fighting here tonight. They feel good about this opportunity and this exposure under the direction of the lovely Debbie King.
What was the question?
The question, once again, the other fighters in the dressing room, I know you guys have talked, they look at this as a great opportunity for exposure. How excited are they, and how excited were you until you got the bad news that you weren't fighting tonight?
I mean, as a fighter, I would expect nothing but blessings for somebody to put money behind you and to put you on their show that believe you can fight and bring a crowd. So I appreciate it. I know it. Everybody else, all the other fighters said they appreciate it. So, yeah, it's a blessing.
Okay, everybody, once again, did you remember what that record is? 13-0 with 12 knockouts. He's one of the best up-and-coming 140-pounders in the world. Now, we talk 135, 140. There's a big name out there. And this kid, see, man, I don't know why you're trying to act all shy. But this young man told me, I said, well, you know I'm from Baltimore. He said, son, I don't care. I said, what about Tank Davis? He said, bring him on. You ain't afraid of nobody. Talk to me about that. I mean, you being all quiet spoken right now, but come on. As a matter of fact, how many of you know nicknames like Muscle who are afraid? This is his nickname. What they call you?
They call me Muscle.
Okay, good enough. So tell me, would you be interested down the line in a Gervonta Davis or even a Keyshawn Davis or any of the Davis brothers?
Of course, I want a title shot, especially at 140. I believe T.O. is at a title shot at 140. Yeah, I don't train for no small fights. The big fights is where it's at. So, yeah, that's always the goal.
I'm gonna tell you right now, honestly, folks, this young man has been battle tested. Now, if I gave you a name, and how many of you are big-time boxing fans, or is this the first time you've seen a boxing match? Big-time boxing fans, let me hear you make some noise, because I know you're going to know the name. All right, we got a lot of big-time boxing fans here. One of the names that this young man sparred with, and he only did it once with you, so that tells me you bringing some smoke and you bringing some heat. How many of you know the name of Jerron Boots Ennis? All right. This young man went up to Philadelphia and did some work with Boots. And look, we don't talk about sparring. You know, I'm a former fighter. But I'm going to tell you this much. I talked to Bozy today. He said, you got a little smoke. How was that session with you and Boots? And what do you learn about yourself, but at the same time knowing that you can step up to the next level and produce?
Man, I'm young in the sport, man. So anything that I can learn from, look, I'm gonna dive into it, whether it's a lesson or a blessing. At the end of the day, I gotta learn somehow.
One other thing before we let you leave. The thing that I was so impressed with is how you have a relationship with your trainer. I told you, this is a dirty business. We talk about boxing. But your man, your guy, my homie, talk to him about us and let us know his name, but more importantly, what he's meant to you every step of the way in boxing. Because the late, great Mac Lewis told me, anyone can take in a made fighter. It takes a special person to make a fighter.
My trainer, Marcus Luck, former fighter, an excellent coach now, but he wouldn't get the credit he deserves that, you know what I'm saying, for the fighters that did come and leave. So whenever I can give him his flowers, man, I definitely will.
What is that relationship like? I mean, how special is it? And when did you know there was something about it that clicked beyond measure?
When he cussed me out the first day. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I ain't got no father, so anybody that could teach me how to be a man in this world, I definitely give your flowers any day. So,
give him a round of applause to that. We know how many brothers have been absentee, but at the same time, we know how many have been fathers. Who do you want next? Who do you want next, man? Call him out.
I don't call nobody out, man. I don't feel like it's that necessary. But if you want to fight me, man, I'm down for it. I don't duck no smoke.
Y'all heard that? That's the way they do it in North Carolina. With a round of applause one more time, let's give DeAngelo the love. 13-0, 12 knockouts, and you never know, he could be the next junior welterweight champion of the world. All plays and blessings, you take care. Peace. We'll be back with much more in just a few minutes.